as someone who has found solace and endless entertainment in the quirky world of Monk, it's safe to say that this show has made an indelible impact. Life, say, because of that ever, from gripping mysteries to emotional moments, and of course the humor. Monk's combination of genres is truly unparalleled. Focused on Adrian Monk, a brilliant yet eccentric detective struggling with obsessive compulsive disorder. The story certainly delves into both the lighter and darker aspects of human experience. One particular episode that always leaves me doubled over in laughter is Mr. Monk Takes Manhattan. Uh, as you may know, the fast-paced lifestyle of New York City is nothing short of overwhelming for our typically meticulously organized protagonist, Monk. Uh, uh, the show's creator, Andy Breckman, with his background in writing for Saturday Night Live, along with the incredible talent of actors like Tony Shalhoub, Ted Levine, Jason Gray Stanford, Vidya Schramm, and Trailer Howard, effortlessly weaves humor and genuine compassion into Adrian's OCD-stricken life. By the time, basically, so let's dive into the funniest Monk scenes that continue to make fans worldwide laugh until their bellies ache. Uh, 10 Mr. Monk gets interrupted. When it comes to Monk's struggle with OCD, the episode Mr. Monk Takes Manhattan gives us a classic scene where Adrian has to repeatedly start a sentence each time, and he gets interrupted. Um, he gets interrupted of the conservative uh, crystals, and the setting sees Monk attempting to express his suspicions about Frank Collison's involvement in his wife's murder. Unfortunately, uh, the nearby jackhammer cuts him off, leading him to repeat the same phrase over and over. I seem to be, I seem to be without. Surely a moment that resonates with all of us who have been in a similar situation. 9. IB8, Harold takes a bullet for Dr. Kroger. In the episode, Mr. Monk gets a new shrink. The rivalry between Adrian and Harold Crenshaw takes a new turn when Harold heroically jumps in front of a bullet fired at Dr. Kroger. This poignant, powerful scene is filled with laughter and a sense of camaraderie. After all, the bitter rivalry between the two characters is seated in their shared affection for Dr. Kroger, making Harold's ultimate act a heartwarming moment. Harold's humor mixed with pathos gave viewers an emotional roller coaster that not only brings Harvey Korman and Bob Hilton's acting skills to the forefront, but showcases the terrific acting talents of the entire cast. 8. Mr. Monk Can't Hear Natalie. Um, Another unforgettable scene comes from the episode Mr. Monk on Jury Duty, where Monk accidentally discovers a corpse in a dumpster. His attempt to communicate this crucial information to Natalie leads to one of the show's hallmark comedic mishaps. As they struggle to understand each other across the room, Monk keeps sending Natalie mixed messages, with her exclaiming, "He's got no ID." And Adrian's futile attempts to correct her. It's a classic comedic scenario of miscommunication. tapping into the universal experience of broken telephone. 7, Mr. Monk speaks gibberish. In Mr. Monk and the Earthquake, the tremor that devastates Adrian's perfectly organized apartment brings out a side of him that leaves Sharona baffled. In the midst of chaos, Monk finds himself speaking incoherently, giving Sharona a run for her money as she tries to understand what he is saying. In that moment, Tony Shalhoub's acting prowess truly shines as he adjusts the tone and inflection of his voice. And the scene becomes a unforgettable blend of humor, intrigue. 6, Mr. Monk uses the level checking level. Another scene that highlights Monk's quirky nature comes from the episode Mr. Monk Stays in Bed. In this scene, he shares with Natalie and Julie his complicated system for checking room level differences. When asked how he's sure his level checking level isn't faulty, he reveals that he recalibrates it several times a year. In addition, the scene where he tells Leland to operate both a humidifier and a dehumidifier simultaneously. Well, that simply epitomizes the funny logic often employed by Monk. 5 needs. Mr. Monk becomes the monk. In Mr. Monk Takes His Medicine, Tony Shalhoub's portrayal of a medication-induced Adrian Monk goes beyond the boundaries of humorous character development. As Monk turns into the monk, drenched in Hawaiian garb and sunglasses, he becomes quite the character. The interplay between Monk's newfound flamboyance and the challenges that impede his detective abilities intensifies the situation, leading to another unforgettable episode with an equal mix of laughter and sorrow. 4, Mr. Monk tries to use slang. Fans of the show saw firsthand Adrian Monk's efforts to fit in with rappers in Mr. Monk and the Rapper. With Snoop Dogg as one of the guest stars, these amusing missteps of Monk trying to use slang in the company of Murderesses group proved to be a highlight. The humorous interchange between Monk and the Rappers left viewers in stitches, as Tony Shalhoub and Snoop Dogg showcased their talents in making the scene genuinely entertaining. And 3, Mr. Monk explains his answer in the captivating episode Mr. Monk and the Leper. Monk faces a predicament when he learns of his client's leprosy, because Adrian becomes increasingly resistant to taking the case, leading to his dramatic plea to Natalie.
I'll explain.
No. His antics, including discarding the phone used in negotiations, drove the humorous dimension of the scene home. It would be when the sergeant wants a snack. Oh, heavens above, here it comes. River dance, evoke uproarious laughter from viewers. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to dive deeper into the funny and extraordinary world of Monk Jimmy.